What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and I'm here with my pal, Sully Sports. What's going on, Sully?
Hello.
Howdy, partner.
What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on?
On today's episode, we are going to be doing another 2-minute drill. That's basically all we do around here. And we are going to be talking about this week's Week 6 games. And we're going to be going through every one, talking about each one for 2 minutes, and giving our opinions and talking about what we want to talk about them.
Talking about who's going to win. Talking about who you should start. Talking about who's covering what lines.
Yeah.
What spreads.
All that good stuff. And we got a lot of games to talk about because there's only two teams on bye this week, the Steelers and the Packers, so we should get right on into it, shouldn't we?
We should.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, we are going to begin. The first game we are going to be talking about is the Broncos versus the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Thursday Night Football.
Thursday night blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. I mean, you can't even beat Zach Wilson and the Jets. You're not going to beat Patty and company.
It's bad. The Broncos, actually, the past 10 games where they have... Actually, the past 10 games they've played, they have been winning at halftime, and they've lost.
The fact that they've been winning at all is really surprising.
Yeah, that's true. Facts.
We're not going to know whether we have Travis Kelce in this game or not. I mean, he practiced, I believe.
He
today
did, in a limited fashion.
yesterday.
Yes, he did practice.
And, if I know Travis Kelce, I think he's going to be up there.
Yeah, maybe not at 100%, 100% not at 100%. He's not going to be out there at 100%, but he will most likely be out there. Probably not for all the snaps, but they'll still use him. They'll still have him, and he's still going to be better than 99% of tight ends.
Yeah, 30% of Travis Kelce is better than 99% of
yeah.
tight ends. So, yeah.
One player we do know that's going to be out there, though, is Javonte Williams. They removed him from the injury report today, and he is going to be out there. So say goodbye to Jaleel McLaughlin. It was fun while it lasted.
Maybe not, though. Maybe Jaleel works into it a little bit.
Maybe. Jaleel is a good player.
They need all the playmakers they can get on that team. So, we could see a three-way timeshare now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely possible. Isaiah Pacheco is going to have a field day with this defense. Isaiah Pacheco is a smash start this week. I mean, you're probably starting him anyway with the way all these running backs are getting hurt and all that. So, I mean, Isaiah Pacheco is going to ball.
For sure. Besides that, though, is there anybody else on the Chiefs you're starting besides Patrick Mahomes?
Not really. I mean, Rashee Rice has the most targets for all the receivers, but
he's an option. You could throw him out there if you need to. And on the other side, Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, they're like, you really don't want to start him, but if you have to, you have to.
Sure.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Ravens versus the Titans.
Two very good defenses.
Yes.
Oh, wait. We go back to that game for a second. Kansas City's going to win.
Yes, Kansas City is going to win. Yeah.
Baltimore 3.5-point favorites over under 41. Very good defenses going back and forth. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, the Ravens have to win this. I have the Ravens winning, and if the Ravens don't win this game, they got to start asking some questions. There's some real problems going on if the Ravens don't win this game.
Yeah, the real problems are the receivers that can't catch balls.
Oh, anybody on this team who can't catch a ball.
I'll also take Baltimore in this one. I think they have the better overall team. Just as good of a decent defense, I would argue. Actually, much better defense, to be fair. Better quarterback. And
it's a better team. It's a better team all around.
Yeah, besides running back or receivers.
Yeah. But... yeah, the Ravens. I got the Ravens winning this game. I'm not starting Justice Hill. I'm not starting Gus Edwards. That Titans run D is very, very good. You want to stay away from that. But the Ravens should be able to pass the ball in this game. This should be a good bounce back week, a good big game for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, are there any receivers you want to start?
I'm not starting Rashad Bateman or OBJ, but Zay Flowers. I'll start Zay Flowers.
Right, Zay Flowers. Mark Andrews is in your lineup, of course. On the other side, what do you do with Derrick Henry, man? You're going to start him.
It's ugly, man. It's getting bad. Tyjae Spears is really becoming a thorn in his side.
God, I mean, you just can't sit there and look at Derrick Henry and put him on your bench, though. I mean,
no.
Is there a world where you start both of them?
No, but you're not starting Tyjae Spears. You can't do it. It's not to the point where that's ready. Oh, we got dogs dogging. But it's not to the point where you can do that. Sorry about that. The dogs were dogging. But you're not starting Tyjae Spears in this game. You have to start Derrick Henry. You have no choice. Start D-Hop. Mm-hmm. Start D-Hop. He's coming off a really big game. I'm starting him.
Yeah, starting.
And that's it. There's nobody else on the Titans.
I wouldn't be scared to start Justice Hill if you really needed to. I mean, this defense is really good, but they just got cut up by Zach Moss. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all we got for that game. The next game we are going to be talking about is the Panthers versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Yeah. Fins up, baby.
Fins, 13.5-point favorites, over under 48.5.
My God, that's huge.
It's huge. It's going to be without Devon Achane, unfortunately. Very, very brutal. But Jeff Wilson will most likely be back, I believe.
I believe he practiced yesterday for the first time.
Wow, look at that. Jeff Wilson will be back. Is Jeff Wilson someone you're giving any consideration?
Not starting this week, but maybe next week. I want to see first how they use him. I want to see if Raheem Mostert's going to be the big guy in this backfield still, or if it'll be more like last year where we saw a little bit of both of them.
Yeah, and of course Salvon Ahmed is also in play, so could be an ugly backfield for Miami going forward without Achane back. But you're starting Tyreek, you're starting Waddle, you're starting Tua. Who are you starting on the Panthers not named Adam Thielen?
Call me crazy. I would kind of consider throwing Bryce Young out there in a pinch, Bryce Young's coming off a game where he threw 3 touchdowns. The Dolphins' defense is not very good. I'm not going to say it's not very good. It isn't very good, but it's not great. But, Bryce Young, I think this is a world where he's going to have a couple touchdowns in this game and have a good day. Some garbage time touchdowns.
Exactly. They're going to need to throw the ball for sure.
Yeah.
I believe Miles Sanders didn't practice today.
He did not.
So if he is not playing, Chuba Hubbard is a great start. Chuba Hubbard looked so much better than Miles to me.
Yeah.
So
I'm starting Chuba either way, honestly.
Really?
And I'm starting Chuba over Miles, even if Miles does play.
God.
I'm ready to make that decision because I think Chuba just looks significantly better than Miles right now.
God, it's so gross though, man.
It is gross. And, Chuba's been on this team for a while and he hasn't done anything. But I'm starting him.
Do you think it's more Miles Sanders' injury or is it just he's bad?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know, to be honest with you, but I'm starting Chuba over Miles.
Dolphins are winning.
Yes, Dolphins are winning. Yes. The next game we are going to be talking about is the Colts versus the Jags.
The Gardner Minshew revenge game. Jags 4-point favorites, over under 45.5. I'll take Minshew and the Colts on this one.
Wow,
I'll
think
take
he's going
Minshew.
4-0?
I do. I mean, no signs of slowing down, especially when Zach Moss, and you're probably going to see more JT this game.
True.
The Jaguars do have a really good run defense, though. I think they're top 6 or 7 or something like that, but they have been really good against the run. But Zach Moss and JT are going to cook.
Yes. I, on the other hand, have the Jags, and I think it's going to be a good day for this whole entire Jags offense. Calvin Ridley, Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram, maybe a little bit. You know how the tight end landscape is. Evan Ingram, whatever. But everybody on this offense should have a good day. I don't think Zay Jones is going to end up playing. I think he'll be out. And this offense doesn't function as well without him. They're much better when he's on the field.
Yeah, they have definitely looked better. Is Gardner Minshew a streaming candidate? Maybe.
Yeah.
Throw him out there.
I
the
wouldn't
Jags.
mind it.
Yeah. Josh Downs is someone who's very interesting to me in this game. Jags don't have that
Michael
great
Pittman?
of a Michael. I guess. I mean, if you're starting Josh Downs, you might.
Yeah, Michael Pittman's up here. Josh Downs isn't too far down, but he's right there still.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, to me, it's a boost for the receivers with Minshew in and not AR, even though Anthony Richardson has been great.
Yeah.
Minshew ain't running as much as he does. So.
He's not. And Anthony Richardson just got put on the IR, so he's going to be out for a long time. They say they have no idea when he's going to come back, so there's a possibility he gets shut down for a really long time.
Are we going to see him this season at all?
There's a possibility we don't. There's a real possibility we don't.
I mean, what's their record? They haven't been too great, have they?
I think they're 2-3, I believe.
2-3?
Not quite sure. I believe they're 2-3.
If they lose this game and maybe next week, you think they just shut him down for the season?
I don't think they shut him down for the season because, you still have a rookie quarterback and just having him out there getting the snaps is good for everybody.
True.
Yeah. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Vikings versus the Bears.
Give me the Vikings.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm against you, actually. I'm taking the Bears.
I mean, it could go either way. We get to see this offense without Justin Jefferson, see how it functions, see if it's Jordan Addison, see if it's KJ Osborne, or see if it's the other guy whose name I'm forgetting right now. They have a third guy there. I forgot.
I don't know the third guy.
It's probably going to end up being TJ Hawkinson, though.
Facts. That's the third guy.
The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites. I don't have the over-under because it wasn't out when I wrote all this down, so... it's probably going to be pretty high. These are both really bad defenses and both quarterbacks that can have major boom weeks.
Yes.
So you're starting Fields, you're starting Kirk, you're starting Addison, you're starting KJ. I'd start KJ Osborne.
You're starting Madison.
You're starting Madison. You're starting
Oh, this is going to be a fun one. We don't know if Roschon Johnson's going to play because he's going through concussion protocol right now. But if he doesn't play, D'Onta Foreman.
D'Onta Foreman is a guy that we've seen multiple times come in as a backup to other guys. He came in for Derrick Henry. He's basically the starter last year for the Panthers.
Yeah, and he was good. He was great.
Very
good. He had a couple of really good games.
Yeah, he's always looked really good, and I don't know why he hasn't been getting anywhere. He's been getting DNPs, I think. Yeah. He's not been playing at all.
But Roschon Johnson and Khalil Herbert have looked better.
True, I guess. Yeah. Maybe.
I'm kind of excited for this game. I think this is you got two really bad defenses here, and I think this is going to make for a really fun game. And I'm also really excited to see how I think Addison's going to have a big day. I think Addison's going to step up in a huge way with Justin Jefferson being gone.
Yeah, I mean, he was shining every now and then with Justin Jefferson there. He was catching long touchdowns. Yeah. Last week, I think he had his most targets, most receptions, and he had a touchdown. And he's a very talented player. He's a guy that can be a wide receiver 1 on a team, so it's going to be super interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm most excited to be watching in this game. But besides that, you're starting... Oh, DJ Moore. Did we even talk about DJ Moore?
He's going to be good. You're starting him.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet?
Good game for
Cole Kmet?
Yes.
Sure. Cool.
Give him. The next game we are going to be talking about is the Saints versus the Texans.
Saints 1.5-point favorites, over under 42.5. Give me the Texans. I'm going to be at this game, and I'm going to be rooting for the Texans.
Yeah, CJ Stroud! We love CJ Stroud, bro. I love CJ Stroud. I say it every single time. I love this guy. I don't care what team they're playing. I'm saying the Texans are winning every single week. I don't care.
The glaze is insane.
I'm
Stroud,
sorry, bro. I love that guy. He's a great quarterback.
He is. Stroud's going to be going up against his college teammate, right? Chris Olave?
Oh, yeah. That'll be cool. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they're going to be on opposite sides of the ball. Very unfortunate. You would have wished, CJ Stroud is going to be throwing a rock to Chris Olave, but Dameon Pierce is probably going to volume his way into a good week. He's going to be in your starting lineup. Alvin Kamara is going to continue to ball. He's in your starting lineup.
What about Chris Olave?
You can't bench him. I mean...
You can't bench him, but man, it's been 2 really bad weeks. Ever since Derek Carr busted up his shoulder, it's been really bad.
Yeah, he got saved by a touchdown last week.
And barely even saved. Still a single-digit game.
Very disgusting. But if you're in a position where you have players that you can start over Chris Olave, you're in a really good position. But to me, he's still a top guy in this league, in this fantasy, in everything. He's really good. Talent prevails. Derek Carr is going to pick it up eventually to me.
Hopefully. Are you starting Chris Olave or Nico Collins?
Well, with Tank Dell out, I'd probably start Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. This is a big week for Nico Collins. I can't wait to see it. That's the guy I'm excited to see in this game.
Dalton Schultz?
Yeah, he's coming off a big game. You got to throw him out there with how tight ends are looking.
Yeah.
You got to throw Dalton Schultz out there.
He was a guy that looked really, really good for the Cowboys, and he's going to be a good safety blanket for Stroud and the Texans. I mean, hey.
It's good. I like it. I'm a fan.
Love it.
Is there anybody else in this game you're starting?
No.
No?
Nah.
Michael Thomas?
Sure.
Maybe. The next game we are going to be talking about is the 49ers versus the Browns.
Yes. 49ers, only 5.5-point favorites.
Yeah, and this is a fun one because you got a 37-point over-under. It's the lowest over-under of the week.
Look at you. Look at you finding the over-unders, man.
Stats. I know how to use my fingers.
Yeah, I mean, that really just stems from 2 great defenses going up against each other. But 49ers are going to win this thing, man.
The 49ers are going to win this thing, but I don't know. This is going to be a close game. I think the Browns are going to give them a run for their money with that defense.
You think so? I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't practice today.
I don't care. I don't care, man.
You think with DTR they're going to...
They're not going to have DTR. It is going to be...
Oh, it's going to be P.J. Walker.
P.J. Walker, yes. I think they would have been better off with Kellen Mond or something.
Kellen Mond. Whatever. Yeah, no, I'm taking the Niners in this one all the way.
100%.
They have
no doubt about it.
Just as good of a defense, if not better, and a way better offense with or without Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So...
But the Browns coming off a bye, man. This is a healthy team.
Man, I don't care.
Man, he don't care.
Dude, there's no one in this league I'm taking to beat the 49ers.
Yeah, that's tough. Maybe our Dolphins.
Maybe. Probably not.
But you're starting CMC. You got to start Brandon Ayuk and Debo, but temper expectations. I don't know if it's going to be a great day for them just because of that Browns defense. Who else is there?
Kittle.
You got to be starting Kittle. Brock Purdy you could throw out there. On the other side of the ball, Amari Cooper.
I don't want to start Jerome Ford.
Yeah, no, I don't want to start him at all.
You might have to. I wouldn't even want to start Deshaun.
No.
You probably have to.
Yeah, there's nobody on the Brown side you're really excited about starting at all.
either really on either side besides Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Kittle's coming off a boom week. We barely ever see two guys in a row have boom weeks for the Niners.
One guy in the 49ers offense will obviously have 2 touchdowns and have over 100 yards because that's just how it works every week. But
of course.
Yeah. Well,
next game.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Seahawks versus the Bengals, and this is kind of a fun game.
Yeah, we could see a lot of points in this one. Bengals 3-point favorites over under 45.
The Bengals are the favorites?
They're the favorites.
Oh my goodness.
I think. I mean, that's what I got here. I might be wrong, but I don't know.
I got the Seahawks.
I got the Bengals. I mean, come on, man. You've been riding the Bengals this whole time, thinking Joe's gonna pick it up.
I'm done riding the Bengals. The problem with the Bengals for me. Listen, I'm not sold on them yet. I understand they had a good game against the Cardinals, but they're the Cardinals.
Oh, my God. I mean, I guess. But, I mean, you've been riding with them to get there, finally pick it up, and they finally pick it up.
But they picked it. Yeah. I said they would pick it up, and they did pick it up. But I don't know if they're going to keep picking up because the Seahawks, Devon Witherspoon, bro. Devon Witherspoon's been great. Jamal Adams should be playing in this game. He should be back from concussion.
How long is he going to be playing, though?
That's a great question.
The over-under 45.5. A lot of points.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess you're not crazy taking Seahawks. It's only a 3-point favorite for the Bengals, but I'm taking Bengals all the way. If Joe plays like he did last week, I'm starting everyone for Cincy, man. I'm starting Boyd. Wait, T. Higgins is going to be out, right?
Should be
out. Yeah, I'm starting Boyd. I'm starting Jamar. I'm starting Joe. Not starting Irv Smith, but, I mean, most of the other guys, yeah.
What about on the other side of the ball? We got Lockett,
DK,
K9. Yeah. Charbonnet?
No.
No, not ready.
No, not yet.
We're not ready to start 2 running backs in this backfield yet.
And you're going to continue to watch JSN rot on that depth chart.
Yeah, JSN's not going to be good unless, we don't want it to happen, obviously, but unless Lockett or DK goes down with an injury, JSN's nothing.
Yeah, bro's fodder. Nothing's going to happen.
Next year, when Lockett's gone and it's DK and JSN, it'll be good. But for right now, nothing's happening.
Nope. Not starting Noah Fant either.
Gino?
Sure.
Yeah, you can throw Gino. Yeah. Bengals defense isn't very good.
Yeah.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Commanders versus the Falcons.
Yeah, Commanders, Falcons. Falcons, 2.5-point favorites, over under 42.5. Tempering expectations on Jahan and Terry.
Yeah.
Definitely, because...
that Falcons secondary is good. That Falcons defense is good.
Very good. They're a very good defense.
You know what I think this is going to be?
What do you think this is going to be?
I think this is going to be a humongous Bijan Robinson week.
Really? Humongous? You'd go as far as to say humongous? That's a lot of humongouses.
A lot of humongouses.
Whatever. I mean,
Humongai.
Humongai. I'm taking the Falcons to win because they're at home, and Desmond Ridder does not lose at home in college or the NFL.
That's true. That's true.
Throwing all the chips onto the Atlanta Falcons.
I got the Falcons as well.
B-Rob, starting them.
Yep.
Logan Thomas.
Yeah. I believe he led the team in targets last week and yards. He had a bad fumble, but who cares?
Who cares? I mean, he's old. He can fumble every now and then.
He can do what he wants. If he catches a touchdown in 7-8 passes, okay, I'm happy with it. Please and thank you.
Are we going to continue to see the Kyle Pitts we saw last week?
No.
No? You don't think he's getting 11 targets?
No.
Jonnu Smith?
No. Jonnu Smith, yes.
Jonnu Smith, yeah.
Jonnu Smith will have more catches in this game than Kyle Pitts. Put it on the board.
Sell high, Kyle Pitts.
Yes. That's a great idea.
If anyone will believe you.
Yeah. What about Drake London? What are we doing with him in this game? We just watched DJ Moore have one hell of a game against that Commanders defense. And Emmanuel Forbes, I'm sorry, that guy's ass.
I mean, I don't want to start Drake London.
No, you don't want to start him, but can you?
Hey, I'd do it. Whatever, I'll do it.
Throw him out there.
Drake London, start of the week.
What about, you think Van Jefferson will play in this game?
I doubt it.
No.
It doesn't really matter. It's just a blocker.
Yeah.
Next game.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Patriots versus the Raiders.
Jimmy Garoppolo revenge game.
Oh, yeah. And a Jacoby Myers revenge game.
Oh, yeah. They didn't want to pay that, man.
It's actually more of a Jacoby Myers revenge game than
I don't know, maybe.
Jimmy Garoppolo revenge game. In my opinion. That's what I think.
I guess. Raiders 3-point favorites over under 41.5. Give me the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
I'm not taking the Pats to win any game this year going forward because there ain't nobody on that team. Nope. There's not a single guy on that team that I like.
You've heard me say it once. I'm going to say it again. The Patriots suck. They are bad. There's nobody good on that team. And there's nobody good.
Yeah, there's nobody good. I mean, you're still starting Ramondre, I guess.
I'm not.
Sure.
Put him on your bench, bro. I'd rather start Justice Hill. I'd rather pick up a running back off waivers and start Ramondre. I hate Ramondre that much.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of some running backs on waivers right now. I can't even think of a guy on waivers right now.
No, you can't. But if you could,
Salvin Ahmed or
well, that's a little different.
Why is it different?
That's a little far, man. That's a little far. You're talking about a third string running back.
I mean, Ramondre's been
I
playing
wouldn't
like
even
a
be
third
shocked
string.
if Salvin Ahmed had a better game than Ramondre.
Ramondre's playing like a third string running back.
He is, dude. It's terrible, awful. It's all your fault, Zeke. I used to love you and I used to look up to you, but now you're ruining Ramondre.
If Roshan's playing, are you starting Deonta Foreman over Ramondre
I'm
Stevenson?
starting Deonta Foreman over Ramondre. That's how bad that's how bad it is.
God, it's disgusting.
It's awful.
They need to get Devontae Adams the rock. Give the guy the ball, pass him the ball. Is it going to be Mac or Zappy? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mac.
It's going to be Mac. Bill Belichick said there's nothing that's going to change at quarterback, but not to say that isn't going to happen halfway through the game.
I mean, what is it, 2 weeks in a row that it's happened?
Yep.
These guys stink.
Stinky.
Stinky. Finn's legend Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki, you're not starting.
No, there's nobody on the Patriots you're starting. There's nobody. No quarterback, no running back, no wide receiver, no defense. There's nothing. There is nothing to start there. Don't even look at it.
Hunter Henry?
No. Maybe. You could have Hunter Henry. I'll let you have him.
All right, next game.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Cardinals versus the Rams.
Rams, 7-point favorites. Over under 48.5.
I'm taking the Rams.
I'll take the Rams.
Yeah.
Amari DiMercado looks to have his first game, maybe being the guy, or maybe Tony Jones.
This is interesting. So Amari DiMercado is technically not the starting running back on the depth chart.
So who is it? Tony Jones?
Keontae Ingram.
Keontae Ingram sucks.
And he's kind of hurt. But for some reason, he is the RB1 right now and not Amari DiMercado. So definitely something to watch out for as we go into the weekend.
Well, you're not starting Keontae Ingram.
No.
But
one running back, like if Amari DiMercado, if he gets like the same amount of carries he got last week, double-digit carries, he should have a good game here. The Rams' run D is not great.
No, but it's not really a shot you want to take if you're not 100% confident in it. It's very gross, very disgusting. Yeah, I don't want to do it.
If it's a shot you have to take, I would take it. Like I would start Amari DiMercado over Ramondre.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Both tight ends this week in this game you could start. Higbee, Zach Ertz. Both have been pretty decent for the year. Kyren Williams bounce back game, man. I mean,
if it's not a bounce back game, you need to worry, you need to freak out because if it's not, that means Cooper Kupp is affecting him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he is probably affecting him regardless.
Yeah.
But
I think we're going to see a big game from both of them this week, Cooper Kupp and Puka. I think this is going to be a really big game for both of them.
I mean, we saw it last week, too. I think every week's going to be a good game for both of them.
Yeah, especially against this Cardinals defense that isn't very good.
Yeah, these guys stink. You're starting Hollywood. Maybe give Rondale a look. He's probably going to get some carries with James Conner out.
Yeah.
Sure. Not something you want to bet on, though.
But I think the only guy on the Cardinals I'm starting is Hollywood Brown and maybe Amari DiMercado.
Zach Ertz.
And Zach Ertz, yes. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Lions versus the Bucks.
Yeah, Lions-Bucks. Lions 3.5-point favorites. Over under 43.5. Rachaad White is going to suck this game.
Yes.
He is going to stink it up, and if you start him, you are going to lose.
Yes. And Mike Evans might not play. Mike Evans did not practice today. Oh, surprising! No! Surprise! Mike Evans did not practice today. He's still dealing with that hamstring injury from before the bye week, which is scary, really bad. You want to see him practicing after the bye. And there's a possibility he doesn't play. And if he doesn't, Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin is a guy that can carry a load for an offense, and he's going to get a lot of targets.
Yeah. And if Mike Evans doesn't play, I would also be giving Trey Palmer a look. He's been really good, a rookie.
I guess.
He got a touchdown, maybe even 2, I believe.
2 touchdowns, yippee!
He's good. Trey Palmer's really good. He was a preseason stud.
Sure, whatever you say. Amon-Ra is going to be healthy, maybe.
Yes, Amon-Ra practiced today, so today is Wednesday, and Amon-Ra did practice, so he should be out there.
Love to see that. You're starting Laporta no matter what.
100%. Best tight end right now.
And I'm going to take the Lions to win this game.
I'm going against you. Taking the Bucks.
I was going to say, they might come out and show out because they're wearing those creamsicle unis this week.
I love some Baker Mayfield, bro. Give me Baker Mayfield any chance I can get him.
It's just Detroit's defense has been too good, and their offense is too good for me to bet against Detroit.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Lions. Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs did not practice today. There's another chance he doesn't play, and if he doesn't, David Montgomery. Once again, David Montgomery's a top 10 running back at least.
If Jahmyr Gibbs does not play and Amon-Ra does play, are you still willing to fire up Josh Reynolds?
Yes.
He's still a guy you could start?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Jameson Williams, if it's going to be Josh Reynolds or Jameson Williams as the two.
Yeah, I mean...
Jameson Williams wasn't that involved last week, and he did play, so...
No.
It'll be interesting to see. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Eagles versus the Jets.
The Eagles are going to win.
Yeah, no question. That's not even don't even think about it.
They are 7-point favorites, over-under of 41 points. Can Breece Hall carry on momentum against this good defense?
I think this is going to be an ass whooping. I think the Eagles are going to drop 30 on their head. I don't think the Jets are going to be able to keep up. I think the Eagles defense is going to stop them in their tracks. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything. Bad day for Breece Hall. Bad day for Garrett because Zach Wilson isn't going to be able to throw the ball. And just bad day for the whole entire Jets offense.
Yeah.
That's what I got in this game.
But only guy I'd start with confidence is Breece because you can't bench Breece Hall right now.
No, you can't bench him, obviously.
Tyler Conklin had a good game last week. Stream Tyler Conklin.
I don't mind it.
You know, there's worse guys you could have.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert. Think he's going to continue going off? I mean, he finally had his first good game last week. Is he a guy that you are starting with confidence?
It's going to be, how this is going to work, I think, is going to be, you're always going to have A.J. Brown doing good, or pretty good. He's always going to be putting up good numbers. And it's going to be a switch-off between Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith. One of them's going to have a good game, and the other one's going to have a good game. We kind of saw this last year at the end of the season where Dallas Goedert got hurt, Devontae Smith went off. And when Dallas Goedert was on the field, Dallas Goedert was good. That's what I think we're going to start seeing from now on.
I think you could rope DeAndre Swift into that too.
Yeah.
Because the games where Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert, neither of them did very good. It was DeAndre Swift's show. He was getting a bunch of carries, just running all over teams. So you're starting DeAndre Swift, of course. Over/under 1.5 tush pushes.
Over. Give me the over.
Yeah,
easy.
I'm taking the over.
What about 2.5?
Oh, I'm taking the over.
3.5.
Over.
4.5.
Over.
Oh my! I'm taking the under on 4.5.
I don't think there's anyone else to talk about.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Giants versus the Bills.
Another massacre, man. Another massacre. There's going to be a lot of blowouts this week, I think.
What is wrong with the NFL, man? Why are you giving us the Giants versus the Bills on Sunday Night Football? What were you thinking when you made this game? This is a terrible game.
It's probably because their jerseys are like the same.
Oh, yay. Same jerseys. Woo-hoo.
They actually probably did it because it is a Brian Daboll revenge game.
Oh.
Ooh, the bold man.
Coach of the year.
Yeah. Fraud. Buffalo is 14.5-point favorites, over under of 45 points. Pray for Daniel Jones and company, because
Daniel Jones might not play. I really don't think he's going to. He's dealing with that neck injury right now, and neck injuries are very serious. You can't rush somebody back from a neck injury. They'll get killed. That's a serious injury, and I don't think he plays this week.
Is Tyrod Taylor an upgrade for fantasy options?
It might be. It might be. That's a scary thought. And I don't think we're going to have Saquon either.
God, man. Get this guy back on the field. What's going on?
The Giants can't win a game without Saquon Barkley. If that hasn't been clear by now, I don't know what is clear.
I wouldn't even take him to win a game with Saquon Barkley at this point. I mean, the rest of the team looks so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. If Saquon Barkley comes back, this team can win a couple games. But, man, it's still going to be tough sledding for them.
The O-line's bad. Defense is bad.
Daniel Jones is bad.
Everyone's bad, man. Everyone's bad.
Everything's bad, man.
This is a game where I do not want to start Matt Breida if Saquon's out. I would bench Matt Breida. Buffalo has a very, 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 very good defense, even though it is beat up a little bit.
Yes.
They're going to be without Matt Milano for the season, I believe.
Yeah,
season-ending injury.
IR. I don't know if it's going to be season-ending.
Maybe. I think I saw somewhere that it might be season. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe they'll get him back at the end.
Well, he's not playing this week for sure.
That's for a fact.
That's for sure. Starting Diggs, starting Gabe Davis.
James
Kincaid
Cook, bro,
is
concussed. Not going to play. I highly doubt he plays. He's
Dawson Knox.
Yeah, Dawson Knox to the moon. That's going to be a great game for him. And James Cook, -4 yards last week. Ugh.
Bounce back game. Boom game.
Probably.
James Cook's going to go off.
The last game we are going to be talking about is the Cowboys versus the Chargers.
Cowboys versus Chargers.
Kellen Moore revenge game.
I didn't even process that. A lot of revenge games. A lot of revenge games this week. Dallas 2-point favorites, over under 51, 51, not 41. I will take Chargers.
I got the Chargers as well.
Dallas's defense has been it's been kind of on and off. They've either been like the best defense in the NFL or they can't stop anybody.
Points,
yeah, I mean,
sheesh, man. I got my fantasy team been losing games because they're dropping negative points, man.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, it's on and off. Like they're either blowing teams out, scoring touchdowns on defense, or they're just getting
shit on.
Just getting clapped up and down.
Man, wild.
But I think this is going to be one of those games for them. I think the Chargers are going to have a great day on offense. Starting Josh Palmer, starting Keenan, benching QJ. Austin Eckler going to play?
Yes. He
Cool.
said there's a 99% chance. He said, I think there's a 99% chance I'm going to play this week.
So he thinks there's a 99% chance.
Yes.
So there's a 50% chance of there being a 99% chance of him playing.
I bet you that 1% that he doesn't play is a lot higher than 1%.
Probably. I mean, you're starting Austin Eckler if he plays.
Yeah, obviously.
You're not benching Austin Eckler.
And if he doesn't play, are you starting...
Josh Kelly? No.
Nah.
No.
He's shown us nothing, no reason for us to start him.
Absolutely zero.
Zilch.
And on the other side of the ball, you're probably starting all the guys you start anyway.
Should be a good bounce-back week for CD. This Chargers defense hasn't been very good. They allow a lot of points. I don't know if they're going to have Derwin James back. I don't think so. They might. I'm not 100% sure. But even if they do, I'm still starting CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott.
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Dak Prescott. I would bench Dak Prescott.
Probably.
I hate Dak Prescott.
Probably not a terrible idea.
Not terrible.
Yeah. It's time to bench Dak for Trey Lance.
Do it.
Yep. Well, that is all the games. We talked about every single one.
Every single game.
And, yeah, that's all we got for today's show. Yeah. This has been the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and this is Sully from Sully Sports. Any last comments, Sully?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, friends, and have a wonderful day.